It's time, for Dapper Dino!
Okay, well, someone looks angry. Ornn, the fire below the mountain. More than most demigods, Ornn values his privacy, dwelling in the solitude beneath an ancient volcano. He stokes bubbling cauldrons of molten stone to forge items of unsurpassed quality. Yet from these depths, Ornn senses trouble. Divine beings are once again meddling in mortal affairs. During the upcoming wars, the Freljord and the world will need a good blacksmith. Okay, so he's a blacksmith, or a mountainsmith? I heard... Oh, whatever, let's see. Alright, passive. Living Forge and Master Craftsman. So it's two passives. So Yasuo, okay. Ornn can spend gold to forge items for himself at any time he's out of combat. Oh, for convenience, suggested items appear in a special on-screen menu. Ornn can also open the shop menu. So he doesn't have to recall to buy items, is what it's saying. You just have to be out of combat. Master Craftsman. Ornn and his teammates have access to special upgrades for select items in the shop. Each player is limited to one of these upgrades. Alright, let's see. Well, I didn't really show much, but I can only assume that means you can make items from the shop wherever you are if you're out of combat. And then there's also an upgrade system, but we'll see, Okay, Q. Volcanic Rupture. Ornn slams the ground, sending out a fissure that deals physical damage and slows enemies after a small delay. A magma pillar forms at the target location, functioning like a tiny wall for a few seconds. Okay. Okay, so it's like a trundle pillar that takes longer. I think it does damage in the line. And it slows, yeah. Damages and slows. Okay, so far he's looking like a good Juggernaut tank. Ornn becomes unstoppable, shields himself, and belches out flames. These flames deal a portion of the enemy's current health as magic damage. Enemies struck by the final gout of flame become brittle. Ornn's base attacks knock back brittle targets, so he weakens them and then knocks them back. When brittle, enemies suffer a portion of their maximum health as bonus damage when struck by immobilizing effects. Immobilizing effects also last longer when used on brittle enemies. Okay, that sounds very strong as a tank destroyer. Okay, so that mark means they're brittle, and it appears that the mark goes as soon as he hits them. So when it triggers the knockback, the mark goes. Okay. That still looks pretty strong for trading, because you knock them back at the end of a trade. Well, we don't know what his other abilities are yet, but that looks like a good disengage, and also to catch people, I guess, if you come behind them. Let's see E. Oh, it's a movement ability. Okay, Searing Charge. Ornn charges, dealing damage to enemies he passes through. If Ornn collides with terrain while charging, the impact creates a shockwave that deals damage and knocks up enemies. This destroys player-created terrain. Okay. So like a Nivea walls or something. No, it doesn't show it on player-built terrain. Whatever. So he deals damage to enemies passed through. It knocks up at the end. Wait, only at the end? Well, I think it's in that little circle at the end is where it knocks up. Yeah, that's a big knock up. Does it stop at the first enemy champion? No, it doesn't. Okay, well, it doesn't say it does. Anyway, his ultimate. Let's see. I don't have a clue what this is. Call of the Forge God. Ornn summons a massive fire elemental. Okay, that already sounds pretty cool. At a target location. It then travels towards him with increasing speed. Enemies run over by the elemental, take magic damage, and become brittle. Okay. Ornn can recast his ability to charge forward. If he strikes the elemental with the charge... Wait, he can recast it to charge forward. If he strikes with the charge, he'll redirect it. The redirected elemental will then knock up all struck enemies, dealing the same damage as before and applying brittle. Okay, this sounds complicated, but it's probably not. Okay. Okay. So basically, it doesn't do much damage, well, by the looks of it, but I'm assuming the point in this is for CCing the enemy, like it makes all the enemy team brittle, so that you can then knock them back, doing % damage to them all. And it's just a great team fight ult. And also, I'm pretty sure teammates can trigger brittle, if I'm right. When struck by a mobilizing effect, so any hard CC, I don't know if slows count, but hard CC counts. Anyway, playing as Ornn, he prefers to do things himself. He dislikes bartering with the Rift's merchants, so he forges his own gear. Okay, if he can't pin his enemies to terrain with a swing charge, he brings the terrain to them with what Oh, that's true. Yeah, he has player-built terrain which he can charge them into. I didn't think about that. Ornn is a leader on the battlefield. He initiates fights on his terms with Call of the Forge God, then charges in, bellowing and tearing apart his foes with titanic force. Whoa, okay. Oh, there's more gameplay. So he doesn't even have to land his ult, he can just redirect it, so you can scare people off from one direction, and then wherever they run you just... okay. He looks pretty strong. My place is at my forge, everyone else's place is out of my way. So basically, yeah, he's like a hermit. He just wants to be alone, do everything by himself. He literally has a wall-related ability, which he can summon a wall as well. So he does everything himself. Tips and tricks. His lane staying power is second to none thanks to his ability to forge new items while returning. Yeah, that's going to be pretty good, at least early game. Very good. Because surely you can just buy health potions, or like, yeah, you can just, I don't know, there's probably better things than health potions you can buy, but since each of his abilities can build one of his unique item upgrades. Oh, allies, sorry. Ornn's teammates effectively have higher gold cap than their opponents. Someone should tell Nasus there's a new late game god in town. Wow, they're fainting in puns here as well. Other champs who create terrain, Trundle Azir, for example, synergize extremely well with Ornn, since he can searing charge into their structures to knock up enemies. Likewise, Poppy and Vayne can pin them to his wall. Okay. Once a human kneels, they rarely stand again. How edgy. Oh, is that it? Okay, so the skin. So this is base skin. Well, splash art. And what's the other skin look like? Whoops. Let's go up. Thunder God. I don't know, I made a name for it. What's it called? Wallpaper. Okay, so doesn't actually tell us what the skin's called. I'm trying to read the URL. I think it says something about Thunder, so it's probably just like Thunder Ornn, or Thunder God Ornn, or Thunder something Ornn. But yeah, that reveal, that was quite out of nowhere. Like, I knew there was a teaser the other day, but this came out. Wow. Thanks, League of Legends Facebook. Well, I can't wait to be playing this on PB, most likely tomorrow, day after maybe, I don't know. I think it's usually Wednesday when they go on the PB, but anyway, if you like this video, please drop it a like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.